And the salesman said, you sit there and play it and try it. And then he probably figured, what is he going to do? And so he walked out, and I played it. And I said to myself, gee, this is beautiful. You know, I got the sound. And he came back like a maniac. The guy said, hey, was that kid playing? And he brought in a couple of other people. And he said, listen to this. And it gave me the first clue that I could be a trumpet player.
He is a world-class trumpet player in the big band era, and he has dedicated the past 35 years, you guys, to keeping the rich heritage of jazz alive through the training of young musicians and vocalists. And we are so proud he is joining us to share his story today. Welcome, Sonny LaRosa, to Emotional Mojo. Sonny, welcome to our show.
Thank you, Michelle.
We are so excited to have you.
You have such a great story, and we'd love to introduce you, if you will, to our viewers, because you started studying trumpet at the age of 10. Yeah. Then you were chosen to receive a scholarship at Juilliard. Did that experience influence your path in life?
Well, of course, but the only difference is, Michelle, that this scholarship was meant for the to be a New York Philharmonic player. So we used to have one, sometime we'd go to Juilliard and have a lesson, and sometime we'd go to a studio. So in this studio, I started playing, you know, taking a lesson from William Vacchiano, and next door was a jazz band playing, and they were swinging like crazy.
Having fun.
Yeah, and he said to me, what's that noise next door? And I said to myself, Mr. Vacchiano, this is what I really want to do. I said to myself, it was a great band. It was Lee Castle starting a new band. He came off Benny Goodman's band.
Wow, that's amazing.
So you do this, you pursue your dream. You played in several bands after World War II, but you did give up touring after you got married. But your second dream was to teach young kids to play jazz and to enjoy swing. So what made you become a teacher?
Well, when I came to Florida in 1978, I saw all these bands, there's marching bands. All kids were playing. And I said, why didn't they ever think of somebody? And I wanted this when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I wanted to play, you know, in the band, but it never existed. So I said, I'm going to try to get these kids to play jazz. And what I wanted in my whole life, it started off real bad, you know, and little by little, they became great.
And the interest started building.
Yeah, and I started teaching them how to phrase, how to play jazz, and it took a while, and all of a sudden, we hit the big time.
It's such a funny thing to see, too. You're not used to seeing young kids. And it was Sonny LaRosa and America's Youngest Jazz Band. So it was 12 and under, right? I mean, that was the limit.
Oh, yeah.
And you're instilling something in these kids. More than 600 boys and girls have passed through your band. Some of them gone on to be pro musicians, such as one of our friends. He's been on our show before, Mr. Dave Stewart. We're gonna have him come in and join us. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Good to see you. And you guys kind of keep in touch now, don't you?
Yeah, if it wasn't for me, Dave wouldn't be anywhere. But
Tell us how you really feel. At least
feel.
you know. Dave, I'd love to know, I mean, how has Sonny's teaching, being in his band, how has this molded you into a successful musician, which you are today? And we have video here of you playing with another fellow bandmate, Eric Darius, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we learned so much about being a team player, consistency, dedication, loyalty, and it's about people skills as well. You know, I use a lot of those devices that I learned with him now. I actually now teach a young kid, 9 years old, that plays the saxophone. His name is Jay, right here in the Orlando area. Yeah. And it's amazing how it comes full circle that way.
What do you think, Sonny, when you hear this, how these people go on to do these amazing things because of you?
That's my whole thing in life. I said, this is great. You know, that I proved what I wanted to do, and I enjoyed what I wanted to do. I love what I do. I don't like Dave that much, but
we can tell. Who does? No, and you know what? Obviously not everyone ends up a pro musician, but I think it still affects how they live their lives. Would you guys attest to that?
Absolutely.
What do you think it is? The confidence? I mean,
what?
Just being, okay, so my husband, for instance, he was in the band with you guys. He's not a pro, you know, trombone player, but he's confident. He's almost a performer at heart in life.
Right, you know, that's the whole thing. A lot of kids, kid writes to me and he says, Sonny, you gave me everything. I said, oh, you're still playing the trumpet? No, I'm a dentist. But that's what I couldn't believe. I got a lot of letters like that, right?
But that's the marker of a good teacher, is someone who, it's not about what you're teaching, it's about you and who you are and sharing that with people to make them become better people.
Yes, the impact.
Yeah.
It's definitely the impact. And for me and your husband, you know, he loves music, but he's a great problem solver. And, you know, and playing music uses that part of the brain to figure out, how do I troubleshoot this issue? So these things you use every day, and I'm really thankful to have been part of Sonny LaRosa and America's Youngest Jazz Band.
Well, and here's the thing. We're losing music. We are in schools. The jazz especially. I mean, you don't see it as often. You guys, you're part of a documentary that's being made about your life because it is so interesting. And there's a GoFundMe page for it as well because you guys are trying to raise the funds. You want to inspire our youth to keep that big band sound alive. What can you tell people about this documentary?
Well, it's supposed to be a story of my life, and at 88 years old, what better thing could happen to me? You know, I just love it. You know, I'm proud that I've come to this. You speak about your husband. He was with us in Montreux Jazz Festival.
That's in Switzerland. That's a big deal.
And now you have him doing nothing.
He does absolutely
really is nothing. No, it is a great project, guys, but they do need your help. And if you want to help out, get more info about Sonny's documentary so they can get it in the Sundance Film Festival and inspire some people. That's what we're all about. Head to GoFundMe.com. You'll find the info there. You can search Sonny LaRosa if you want as well. Get some info. And we just want to thank you for doing what you do.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it's a great thing. And Dave, thanks for joining us and sharing your story as well. And you've got some great things coming up too.
Yes,
so,
I do.
Yeah, new albums, tours, all kinds of good stuff. Thank you so much, Sonny.
Thank you, Michelle.